Hello ladies and gents and welcome to my SRA Nationals 24 recap. Shout out to Brody who inspired me to do this video despite sucking at the sport and being slow and inaccurate shooter. But nonetheless, here we go. First stage for me was stage 6. You had a situation where you had to engage enemy drones, which were ice hockey pucks, so fairly small targets, but I was constructing this stage and I knew exactly the right holds for those. Despite that, I out-throttled myself and ended up having a 1 miss on the second bay on paper target, so that's the stage gone for me. So what a great start. I'm shooting in 76-2 military, which is a special disability category for us old-timer FUDs. Next up, stage 7. Combined pistol and rifle stage, if you wish. You could also run it with pistol only, but I had no confidence in my pistol game for the small and partially blocked targets on the third bay. So yet another day in the office. Enemy is assaulting your position. You grab the confidential information on your memory stick and start engaging the targets. Overall it went just fine for me. No big hiccups there, no misses, no no-shoots, which is a win for me. Yeah, really liked the stage. Stage 8 ended up with a bit of a B-roll footage. Recording my nose, I managed to mess up the camera on the start, but nonetheless really fun close quarter paper target stage. You also had a special weapon, M203, which you had to fire into the building before entry. Love it. Okay, the next stage up was a marksman stage. I was shooting my Tiger, which is a civilized version of the SVD Dragunov, shooting a 7.62 54R Chinese surplus pole ammunition, not the most accurate one, but perfectly adequate for these 10 big Juster targets, for which unfortunately I managed to miss the rightmost one right on this bay. It's behind the rightmost range structures there on the foreground, and I just didn't acquire it on time. And on the last bay, I realized when I was supposed to be running out of ammunition, and my bolt hadn't stood back on the 11th round. There I realized that, oh shit, I must have missed something on the second bay. Otherwise, shooting was just fine. I was able to engage most of the targets at once, didn't have to shoot that many spares, so gun performed well, the shooter didn't. Here on the final bay, I had to double down on a few of the targets. I think they were half-sized plates, and they were a little bit closer than the first ones, approximately at 280 meters, so I think I was just that high. Next up we had a shotgun stage on stage 10. Really fast-paced little racing stage. I'm shooting my Saiga 12 after competition modifications for the first time. Gun is performing just well. I'm just a bit rusty and slow. I didn't place that well, despite having a good run in my opinion. The best times on match were under 10 seconds, so it is what it is. Stage 13. Bit of a running into woods, into bunkers, engaging 4 paper targets at first bay, 4 more paper targets at the second bay, and then a little sprint down the road into the bunkers, engaging just the targets from over there. Doing my best, just didn't have the pace to push it at that point. I've had a at least 10-hour day at this point shooting in the match, but can't complain. Went just fine. Shooting was fun. Just too bad that I couldn't be faster here. Then one final sprint to the final bay, and I think that was, if not last, the second last stage for us on that day. 10 stage 1, rifle stage, 3 bays, bit of running to uphill. You had 3 Juster targets on the first, position, then a sprint approach. Here on the first shot on the second bay, I managed to get my finger muzzle blasted by the muzzle brake quite a bit, so I just decided to give my hand a little break and shot it one-handed leaning on the barricade. No serious damage, but it really stung quite a bit. Just some papers, Chester, and 2 more papers. And the muzzle pressure really is a bitch. That stung. Stage 2. We had a BMP-1 TJJ as a stage prop. Those who are in the know what this thing is. Rest can only guess or try to Google it. Was a quite challenging stage for me. You were shooting downhill, which I didn't actually pay too much of attention initially. I should have. First of all, you are engaging pepper poppers from the first bay, then you are running into the second position, where you are shooting paper targets and a swinger. These go down easily, 4x4. And yeah, actually one of the pepper poppers on this bay activates the swinger. We only knew that it's one or the another. They kept changing it, and there goes the swinger. Unfortunately, I had missed on one static paper here. I was just waiting for that swinger to appear and didn't pay enough attention on that. You've got couple papers here, and then rest are just the targets out to 300 meters. But I struggled with the mid-range ones. I think I was shooting high. I didn't adjust my holds accordingly and ran out of ammunition at one point. I wasn't prepared for the mag change. Easily the worst stage that I had on the match. I don't know what it is, but always the second stage at Hätilä is my nemesis. I always suck majorly on this one. Time is acquired from calendar rather than from timer. Just dismal performance. Nothing to brag about. But luckily, the next stage, stage 3, is my all-time favorite. I don't know why, but I always do very well on this one. So, from timer, you engage just the targets and pepper poppers on the close range. I think the Chesters were somewhere beyond 200 meters there. The poppers were easy. Then on the second bay you have 4 papers up close, but not so close that you could just hammer down on them. And on the final bay you have just the targets at 100 meters and 3 more pepper poppers. I ended up having a stage win in 762 on this stage, which I'm proud of. There are a couple hardcore AK guys who I managed to beat here, and happy about that. Also military quite adequate. Then the last stage that I have footage of, you start from this cart, and on the move you engage 5 visible pepper poppers. There are actually 6 of those, but one you can only see from area A through the car window. I think I got 3 down from the move, and on the second position you engage a shit ton of paper targets. I was really trying to pay attention not to hit on the car structures. You won't get a warning hitting the planks and immediate disqualification if you shot the car itself. Here I struggle a bit. The map didn't enter smoothly into my dump pouch, so I mess up my mag change due to that. And on the final position you engage, was it 6 just the targets perhaps? Or 8, I don't even remember at this point, but I was playing a close attention to that I don't shoot the car. And that's it. Alright, to recap my match, first of all, I'm quite happy how I performed, given that I haven't been really shooting at all throughout the last half year or something. I've been moving houses, life has happened, taken its toll, but placing fourth on military 762 really stings. I thought this would have been a perfect opportunity for me to sneak up into the podium, but the pace just wasn't there. Difference between third place and me is almost 20%, so no excuses, just gotta be overall much better, much faster, much more accurate. The 3 misses were also quite easy ones. 2 were on the rifle stages. Just didn't call my shots. I was transitioning away from the targets when I was pulling the trigger. Easy misses should have been better. And the miss on the sniper stage also was just me not counting my targets, failure to acquire the target on the right. So need to take those under the chin and perhaps get better next year. But if you stood long enough to listen to this one, thank you for watching. See you around on Finnish Brutality and next matches. Thanks.